Imagine waking up tomorrow. You grab your phone, get dressed, and walk into your favorite coffee shop. You order your usual drink. The barista smiles. But instead of asking for your credit card, they say, "Sorry, we don't accept money anymore." Confused, you pull out your wallet. Cash, credit cards, even your phone. None of it has any value. You walk outside, hoping it's just one strange store. But then you notice something terrifying. Every supermarket is closed. Gas stations have stopped selling fuel. Online shopping doesn't exist anymore. Banks are empty. ATMs are useless. Your salary? Worth absolutely nothing. Within a single day, the entire world begins to fall apart. But here's the strange part. For most of human history, people actually lived like this. No paper money, no coins, no banks, no credit cards, and somehow they survived. So, what if humans had never invented money? So, if there was no money, how did people actually get the things they needed? The answer is surprisingly simple. They traded. Thousands of years ago, if you were a farmer, you might grow wheat. Your neighbor might raise chickens. Someone else could make clothes. And another person might catch fish every single day. If you needed fish, you would offer some of your wheat. If the fisherman liked your offer, you had a deal. This system is called bartering. No cash, no coins, no banks. Just people exchanging one thing for another. At first, it worked surprisingly well. Small villages were built on trust. Everyone knew each other, and everyone had something valuable to offer. It almost sounds like the perfect system. But there was one huge problem. A problem so frustrating that it would eventually change human history forever. Not everyone wanted what you had. Imagine you wanted a pair of shoes. The shoemaker looked at your offer and said, "Sorry, I don't need your wheat." Now you're stuck. You need shoes, but the shoemaker wants fish. The fisherman wants eggs, and the farmer wants tools. Suddenly, one simple trade turns into a long and frustrating chain of exchanges. Now imagine trying to buy something expensive, like a house. How many chickens would that cost? 1,000? 10,000? And how would you even carry them? The barter system had another huge problem. There was no standard value. One cow might be worth 10 bags of wheat today, but only 6 tomorrow. Every trade became an argument. As villages grew into towns, and towns became cities, bartering became too slow, too confusing, and far too inefficient. Human civilization needed a better solution, a solution that everyone could agree on. Long before paper money, people started searching for something everyone would accept. It had to be valuable, easy to carry, difficult to fake, and rare enough that not everyone could find it. That's when gold and silver became the perfect solution. Almost everyone wanted them, not because you could eat them or drink them, but because everyone believed they had value. If you had a piece of gold, you could trade it for food, clothes, tools, or almost anything else. For the first time, people didn't need to find someone who wanted exactly what they had. Gold became the middleman. Trade became faster. Businesses started growing. Cities became richer. And human civilization moved forward faster than ever before. But even gold had a problem. It was heavy, easy to steal, and sometimes difficult to divide into smaller pieces. People needed something even more practical, something that would completely char. As trade continued to grow, people realized that carrying gold everywhere wasn't a good idea. It was heavy, risky, and easy for thieves to steal. So rulers and governments came up with a smarter idea. They created coins. Each coin had a fixed value. People no longer needed to weigh pieces of gold for every trade. Buying and selling became much faster. Years later, paper money appeared. Instead of carrying bags of coins, people could carry lightweight banknotes in their pockets. Soon after that, banks became a place where people could safely store their wealth. Then came credit cards, and eventually digital payments. Today, millions of people buy things with nothing more than a tap on their phone. No cash, no coins, just numbers moving from one account to another. Money had evolved from shiny pieces of gold into invisible digital data. But what if, tomorrow morning, every single dollar— imagine waking up tomorrow and every form of money has disappeared. Your wallet is empty. Your bank account shows zero. Your credit cards no longer work. Even your digital wallet is gone. At first, people would panic. Supermarkets would be flooded with desperate shoppers. Gas stations would run out of fuel within hours. Banks would close their doors. Online shopping would completely stop. Businesses wouldn't know how to pay their employees. Workers wouldn't know why they should keep working. Within just a few days, the entire economy would begin to slow down. People would stop asking, "How much does it cost?" Instead, they would ask, "What can I trade for it?" Food, clean water, medicine, and useful skills would suddenly become far more valuable than paper money ever was. The world wouldn't end, but it would become a completely different place, and the people who adapted the fastest would have the— who would become the most powerful people in a world without money? It probably wouldn't be billionaires. It would be the people with real, useful skills. Farmers could grow food. Doctors could save lives. Builders could create shelter. Mechanics could repair machines. And plumbers could keep clean water flowing. Their knowledge would become more valuable than any bank account. Communities would depend on people who could actually solve problems. Neighbors would start helping neighbors again. People would trade skills instead of salaries. A teacher could exchange lessons for fresh vegetables. A carpenter could build a table in return for medical care. Success would no longer be measured by how much money you have, but by how much value you can create for others. In a strange way, the world might become simpler, but surviving would also become much harder, because in the end, skills are far more difficult to lose than money. Money has shaped the world we live in. It built cities, connected countries, and made global trade possible. But here's the surprising truth. Money itself has no real value. You can't eat it, you can't drink it, and it can't keep you alive. Its value exists because billions of people believe in it. The moment that trust disappears, money becomes nothing more than paper or numbers on a screen. So maybe the most valuable thing in the world isn't money at all. Maybe it's trust, skills, and the ability to help one another. Now here's a question for you. If money disappeared tomorrow, what would you trade first? And what skill would help you survive? Let us know your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more mind-blowing what-if stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.